So, ladies and gentlemen, now you look to the program there, and you will find that the next talk should be from Professor Ernst Ludwig Winacker, Funding the Frontiers. It was just yesterday when he called and told us that there was an emergency in his family, and instead of hurrying up to the airport, he was hurrying up to the hospital. So that we are actually very sorry about that, but that we didn't agree. Actually, upon his talk, we just changed a couple of these emails and what kind of problems he would tackle. But I take now, as a moderator, I take the liberty to give a little bit some kind of ideas about the ERC. First, what Ernst Ludwig would have told us. He's based on the very special experience indeed. He has been 8 years the president of the DFG, so the German research funding organizations, Deutsche Forschungsgemeinschaft. He has been 3 years the Secretary General of the ERC, the first Secretary General. And now he is the Secretary General for the Human Frontier Science Program in Strasbourg. These organizations might not be known so well as the ERC, but it's actually, this organization supports frontier research on the complex mechanisms of living organisms at all levels of biological complexity. It means that the cutting-edge research, high-risk research, international collaboration, and early career researchers. And why I would like now to come to the ERC? Well, I take this opportunity because I was myself at the birth of the ERC. I was in the identification committee who selected the very first council, these 22 scientists who shaped the excellence research in Europe. And Ernst Ludwig Winacker was the Secretary General who actually managed to put it all in the work. This identification committee was actually very interesting because it was chaired by Lord Chris Patten, the former commissioner and also the former governor to Hong Kong. And this time he was the Chancellor, not Vice Chancellor, but Chancellor of Oxford University. Catherine Brezhnev from Paris Sud, one of the Leroux universities. Later she became the president of ICSU, the International Science Council. Then Erwin Neher from Göttingen, the Nobel laureate in physiology. Guido Martinotti from University of Milan, again a center, and myself as a president of ALEA. So that actually the very first rules were formulated, the very such kind of general rules were formulated by this identification committee to give it over to the ERC Council, and well, there is no need actually to speak about that. You can find all the information. You can that from the web. So but what is important that up to now they have given more than 4,000 research awards. If you take the teams, so it means that it's about 34,000 researchers have been funded by the ERC. And certainly the Council is very well aware about the excellence. I remember the talk by the president of the ERC, Professor Helga Novotny, last year in Dublin. It was the European Science Open Forum, when she explained how difficult it is it actually to understand what is excellence. And she gave many examples so that the people, well, first the results were not understood, and only in a couple of years then later it turned out that this was something very important. Well, not speaking about the classical examples like Faraday and all that sort of thing, but it's now what has happened just recently. And what I would like actually to tell is a couple of thoughts. I actually attended several of these ERC conferences that after launching it was 2007 and after that. And well, two actually thoughts that could be of interest to this audience. First, many of you have been also in this preparation process before the ERC was actually launched, and all these debates, so that it was actually this period when it was quite difficult to explain what does it mean for policymakers. You probably remember this. We had this meeting in Copenhagen, how it was quite an interesting discussion. But what has happened? It has the mindset is now different, so that people really understand what is needed, that excellence in research is needed. This is one point I wanted to say. And another is maybe it's what is needed for younger people, the applicants to the ERC. Many of those starting grant awardees, when they explained their way or the road to the grant, have said in such a way that first, I got my bachelor and MSc from one university. Then I got my PhD from another university. Then I went for a postdoc in the third place. Then I was a postdoc in the next place. And then I got some kind of grant or whatsoever. And then I applied. And then I got the ERC grant. It doesn't mean that the panel ticked the places, that, how many places have you been there? 5, 6 more even? No. It means actually these applicants have got wide view. They have seen the research, they have seen the problems from the broad perspective, and they were able to put it into this application in such a way that the panel said, yes, that's worth to fund. So this was just something what I wanted to tell you. And now, ladies and gentlemen, I'm very pleased now to announce the next speaker, who is the ERC grantee. It's Professor Ülo Niinemäe from the Estonian University of Life Sciences, Science Career Models. So, Ülo, the floor is yours.